Hi everyone. In today's video, we are going to get a brief overview of SAP applications because it is very important for us to get an understanding about what SAP really is before integrating it with any automation tool. And in the specific case, we are going to talk about SAP with Tosca Automation. So this is a very popular company. We all might have heard about this company, even if we do not get a direct exposure to working with this specific tool. Now, let's try to understand this with a very basic example in terms of why organizations need this and why do we really work with this and why a lot of enterprises are using this. Okay, so let's understand with a basic Amazon order journey. Now, what we do whenever we need a certain product, we use any e-commerce platform like Amazon or Flipkart. Very easily, we'll just browse whatever we need. We add to the cart, we just do our payment, and our order is confirmed, and within few days your order is received at your doorstep. Now we often don't think about that how many people must be working behind the scenes to make this a reality. Now just think about this for a second, that someone would be listing the products, someone would be managing that you are able to pay with whichever method you want. Someone is going to check that in the inventory the material what you're requesting for is present or not, which address it has to be delivered, the money is credited to that. So a lot of different teams are going to be existing, right? Now if we want to just take a overlook, just to get an overview of how this thing works behind the scenes, I have just given a picture with few teams just to get an idea. So you see a lot of different teams are existing here, right? Now think about this. When an organization works at that big scale like Amazon or Flipkart, it would be really, really difficult for them to manage everything manually, right? So if a software comes into picture, which is giving them an idea about all the different statuses, where your order is, what is the inventory list, and updating it in real time, it will help them to manage as well as scale their organization, right? So that's where industry leaders like SAP comes into picture. Now, SAP is a product. Similarly, like SAP, there are other products as well which solve the similar needs. But any software which is able to meet this organization need in terms of how to manage their enterprises effectively is called as enterprise resource planning or ERP softwares. Now, if we just, this picture is going to just give an overview of high level about some different teams, right? So there is going to be the sales team, there is going to be HR team, there is going to be an inventory team, there's going to be logistics team who is going to procure the products and deliver it. There would be procurement teams, there would be finance team who would be handling your invoices and different things like that. So as you can see and try to picture that so many different departments are there and every department needs to be in sync with what is happening in the other department to get an idea to fulfill their own departmental duties as well, right? So that's where systems like SAP plays a very big role. Okay, it basically acts as a central system where you can manage everything. Okay, now in order to manage things like this, it is very important that it is understanding your core business processes, and usually these organizations need the software and they have to pay a good licensing fee and all. So majorly it is going to be used in larger organizations and it is going to manage your core business processes. So in top 500 Fortune companies, you'll see a lot of them would be using SAP or any alternative of this. Okay. Now, in order to manage such a big thing, you have to divide this into different modules, right? So, as we have talked about sales, we have talked about distribution, we have talked about invoicing team and different things like this. So, that's where SAP has divided everything into different modules. So, we must have seen someone calling SAP SD, SAP MM, SAP success factors. So to deal with different needs, there are different modules in which SAP has designed its core software. Okay. So let's try to understand what is the difference between SAP learning versus SAP automation. Okay. Now see, since SAP is so wide, it is very difficult for one person to know the entire end-to-end journey of entire SAP application. So there would be different roles, like there'll be functional consultants who would be understanding, for example, in material management, what all different processes come into picture. And they spend years to expertise that, right? So that's where functional consultant understand the business rules. But from an automation perspective, what do we need? We need to understand how the system is behaving. What are the rules around that? So even if you have worked on a certain module, you have to discuss and understand what are the specific requirements, what are the scenarios which you are going to test, right? So that is going to decide your tool strategy as well. We are going to talk about the UI behavior better in the upcoming videos, but you get the idea. Now let's move to the next topic. Why do we feel it is complex? So understand this thing, that how SAP is developed to meet the ERP needs. Okay. So whenever a packaged application like this is developed, they are going to create a high level base software, right? So for example, this is going to be for sales, this is going to be for materials team, this is going to be for finance team, and there is a basic flow which is created. But every organization might be having tweaks here and there, either in names of, in terms of naming conventions, or certain flow changes, or certain different laws needs to come into picture, and a lot of different customizations that they need. Okay. So even if you have worked in, let's say, SAP SD in Walmart, right? And if you are going to work in SAP SD in Target, their softwares, base softwares, let's say, is SAP, but the customizations are going to differ. Okay. So that's why it feels little complex. Now, second thing is, it is going to, this is not one activity which is going to just happen once and then phase out. This is always going to be acting as the core system of your application. So it is going to have a long system lifespan. Okay. It is always going to be there, either SAP or some other software, to manage the organizational needs. Now, this is very important because this is going to generate the actual revenue for your organization. Okay. Now let's try to understand better from automation perspective. Okay. What do we need to do in terms of understanding from test automation perspective? So we do not automate entire SAP. Okay. We automate specific flows. So there are higher chances that if I'm assigned to a project, I would be part of sales team or manage material team, like that, and I would be automating specific flows in that. Okay. Then our behavior, the UI behavior matters more than module name. Now, obviously, you will see openings or job openings where they'll say that they want specific experience in SD. And why do they do that is because if you have an understanding about this, that is going to help them. Okay. Uh, that's why they specifically call it out. But if you have a general better understanding of ERP, and you know about different modules little bit, it is more than enough for you to discuss with your functional consultants, take a look at the requirement, and automate your application. Okay. Now, why we as testers struggle with SAP? Okay. Now, because we do not have an end-to-end understanding on the business rules. And even if we do, in every organization, as I was talking about, highly customizable, it is going to change. So we have to understand what are the business rules for my project or for my organization, and that is going to change the UI behavior as well. Okay. And we have talked about heavy customization. Okay. That's why we feel it is struggle. But once we approach things, we understand the business requirements better, it is no more going to be a struggling part for testers. But that's why testers feel struggle with SAP. Okay. Now, it totally depends on how we are going to access SAP as well as what are the specific requirements. Okay. So in the next video, we are going to understand how to basically access SAP, what are the different ways, because that is going to decide our tool strategy. In case you like this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and have a great day. Bye bye.